Can't you see that you're lost without me? I can feel the thunder that's breaking in your heart. I can see through the stars inside you.
Hi, Baldy Jack here, and today's video is on the Mezco Cinema Fear Series 3 Friday the 13th Part 3 Jason Voorhees action figure. Yep, it's another re-review.
Alright, so I'm back with another re-review, and this will be the last of my Mezco re-reviews as I've done the final chapter Jason, the Jason Goes to Hell figure, the Part 6 Jason from Mezco. I don't feel the need to re-review that, as the review itself I think is fine as is. So, as usual, we'll take a look at his accessories, as he doesn't come with a hell of a lot, so we get Ollie's arm. He was knocked out for the majority of the film in the barn. He tries to attack Jason, and he swings a machete at him, and he cuts his arm off. So you have that. See the inside of his arm there. Weaponry-wise would be the one-sided axe and a machete, but the machete, I think that thing broke on me probably originally when I got this figure back in, 2009, I believe. So, yeah, you do get the one-sided axe. I think it's looks really well done, especially the wood grain. I kind of reworked the blood on mine. This was at the point where, with this figure, this was the last of Mezco's Cinema Fear line. The blood on for Jason with his machete and this axe, it was pretty wonky looking. It looked like he was making himself a jam sandwich. Don't quote me on that one, because I know Review Spot has said that in the past. It was probably the weak machete that they've ever released. We do have the alternate head here. You can see I definitely put some blood on there to make it at least a little bit better, so kind of slightly reworked. The weird thing about the alternate head is you can't remove the mask, and the eyes are recessed in the back of the head, so I can't even see them just looking at it right now. Maybe if I shine some light on them? Yeah, you definitely can't see it. That is super weird. Alright, so taking a look at Jason himself, I think this is one of the at least decent or lived up Mezco figures, as this is a Part 3 figure, but it suffers from the lack of aging slightly and the fact that it's a stylized look, so it's not as movie accurate as, most of NECA's products, and that's where, NECA outbeats some of Mezco's older figures, as Mezco stuff are expensive nowadays, but they don't really do 7-inch figures. They're like the Living Dead dolls or some type of cloth figurines that they do that are pretty stylized. Overall, he almost fell over. Overall, I think they did a nice job with this. It's kind of weird how his thumb is kind of like, I don't know, it's really weird. It's like inverted. I don't know how. I guess it's to help with holding the accessories better, but it just looks really weird. I mean, it definitely has a lot of articulation in the arm. So he has a swivel at the bicep, a bend in the elbow, and his wrist can rotate. I believe there's a hinge. Yeah, there's a hinge in the wrist. So you have that. There's definitely a lot of articulation in the arms. The arms itself are pin and socket, but they are very stiff, and you don't really get much rotation with it. You do have a swivel at the waist, but it's really nothing. And then the head's on well, not the head, but I think technically the entire head itself, including the neck, is on a ball joint, so you just pop it into place. I think they really got the posture down right, too, where he's kind of slightly got that hunchback, sort of slightly. I think that's one of the things that Mezco's figures kind of did, is they really had that posture down correctly with some of the few of the newer or last figures, really, that they put out. So underneath the hockey mask itself, you do have Jason's face with this head, and the head itself is, well, kind of cartoony. As I said, with Mezco and the way they make figures is they go for this stylized look. And it is interesting. I kind of do miss seeing figures like this from them, but hey, it's kind of hard to beat NECA these days, you know, especially with the amount of detail they offer, accessories and whatever is definitely worth the $27-30 compared to Mezco's products nowadays are roughly $80, maybe $100 depending on you know, what they're putting out. If you could find it, if you're like interested in getting this particular figure, you would want to get it loose, because new, it's a cardboard backing for the box, so it's not like a clamshell packaging. It's just a cheaper way to do the packaging this time around. They were really close from doing a Series 5 where they would have Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 and for some reason Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. This is a very simplistic but neat figure to have in a collection. I wouldn't say get this as like a first figure, because you can easily get NECA's figure. So what I'll do is I'll take some photo shots, and that'll wrap up this review. As always, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and until then, I'll see you all next time.